How was a quick turnaround? Are you impressed? You're probably not even here yet. Those of us who were at the slow jam got it turned around real quick there. I'm gonna have a sip of tea. I'm gonna get in tune. And we're gonna get on with it. Okay. So if you're coming back from the slow jam, you're good and warmed up. And we had some musical adventures together there. If you're just coming in cold, welcome. Hope you've got a little bit of warm-up. I'm a warm-up kind of guy. I'm not one to just pick up the guitar and start playing and singing. I do a few warm-ups and calibrations. Anyone who's worked with me in my instruction method knows this. But, you know, sometimes you just have to pick it up and play, and that's okay. But it's just like in sports, it helps you to avoid injury and rise to your best level, physically, spiritually, and mentally, if you have an opportunity to check in with yourself and warm up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to double check on the live streams here, make sure everybody is seeing me and I'm not just talking to a camera. So bear with me. The first song on our set list tonight is going to be Cabin in Caroline. A good old number from Flat and Scruggs. Okay, we are live on Facebook. I'm going to open that up so I can catch your comments. Okay, we are live. Open it up and I will mute that. Okay, and then YouTube. Let's check the YouTube channel. Speaking of channels and things to watch, I found a really cool Gordon Lightfoot documentary over the weekend, and my goodness, was that inspiring. I'll say one thing about that is Gordon Lightfoot is very much the Canadian, you know, songwriter, the guy from Canada, right? And also, I learned this by watching the Eagles documentary when they're talking about Jackson Browne. Gordon worked really, 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 really hard every day. He was isolated for part of the time. You know, he holed himself up to work really hard on writing those songs, and that was inspiring to me. So no matter how talented you are, you're still going to have to work hard to get really good at what you're doing. Okay, so let's get on with the jam here. And yes, Mountain Jewels, I do take requests, but it's best if you send them to me in a message because I won't remember it if you do it on the thread here. I'm easy to find, tylergrant.com. All right, we're going to get going on Cabin in Caroline. I'm going to find a tempo, and I will introduce the song, and we will play it. In the pines and the hills of Caroline. A little bit quicker than that. So we're kind of picking up where we left off on the slow jam. So this should feel, you know, like just gradual increase from where we were. So this song in the key of G goes. 1 and a 1 and 4 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1 and 4 and a 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1 to the chorus. 4 and 1. 1 and a 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1 and 4 and a 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1. Okay, my kickoff would go something like 1, 2, 3. So I'm getting I'm getting another Cabin song in my head here. This is the trick to differentiating one from the other if one of them is in your head. Cabin in the Pines. I'm going to demonstrate that one more time, give you all a chance to catch up if you haven't found the live stream yet. Here's my kickoff for Cabin in Caroline. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Okay. Cabin in the Pines. There it is. Kick us off on Cabin in Caroline in the key of G. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's a cabin in the pines in the hills of Caroline, and a blue-eyed girl that's waiting there for me. I'll be coming back someday, and from her I'll never stray, in a cabin in the hills of Caroline. Or the cabin in the shadow of the pine, and a blue-eyed girl way down in Caroline. She'll be my wife, and we'll live a happy life in a cabin in the hills of Caroline. I got it. No, she'll be my wife, and we'll live a happy life in a cabin in the hills of Caroline. Play. Okay. Cabin in the hills of Summit County would also be fine. Okay, we're off and running. What's next? High on a Mountain. Okay, this was a request from my friend Ava, who I work with on Artist Works. And I'm familiar with this song, but I actually need to look up the words here really quick because I've never sung it. And this is going to be an ambitious vocal for me, but I'm going to give it a go. So this is an Ola Belle Reed song, and it was brought into the bluegrass repertoire by Del McCoury, who brought in a couple Ola Belle Reed songs. This one and I've Endured, and then later on, both of those songs and others by Ola Belle Reed, who was from Pennsylvania, from rural Pennsylvania, taking up the Appalachian music in that area, and she wrote lots of great songs. And then Tim O'Brien, of course, did both this and I've Endured and others. So Ola Belle, sang High on a Mountain, and then Del sang High on a Mountain, oh, like with a little inflection at the end of mountain. And then Tim, in Hot Rise, did high on a mountain top. So I'm not exactly sure which one of these I'm doing. I think I'm going to kind of do the Del McCoury version. High on a mountain, oh. I'm going to do that, just so the purists don't get too mad at me. But anyhow, this song is a cool, intense, you know, wistful, mournful song in a modal kind of vibe in G. So it goes G and F and G. So it's a little 1 flat 7 1 thing. So here's how it goes. The verses go 1 and flat 7 and a 1. 1 and flat 7 and a 1. 1 and a flat 7, 1 and a 4, 1 and a 5 and a 1. Okay? And then the chorus is the same, except it does that 4 chord every time. So high on the mountain, oh, and then a 4, 1 and a 5 and a 1. Again. High on the mountain, oh, wind blowing free, thinking about the days that used to be. I got that backward. Anyway, that's how the song goes. That's the verse and the chorus. And we will be jamming on the verses. Okay? So my kickoff would go, let me find the tempo. I'm actually going to back it down a couple notches. This is definitely a mid-tempo, slow to mid-tempo kind of number. You don't want to do it too fast. So my kickoff would go something like 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That would work. With a little bit of grooming, I'll come up with a good kickoff, melody based. But anyhow, whatever you got right now, go ahead and kick us off on High on a Mountain. Oh, and I will do my best to sing it. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. As I looked at the valley down below, they were green just as far as I could see. As my memory returned, how my heart does yearn for you and the day that used to be. Chorus. High on the mountain low, standing alone, wondering about the days that used to be. I got the words backward. Here's the chorus for real. High on the mountain, oh, wind blowing free, thinking about the days that used to be. The dog likes it. High on the mountain, oh, standing all alone, wondering where the years of my life has flown. Play it. blotting out your memory. As I listen to the breeze blow gently through the trees, I'll always cherish what you meant to me. High on the mountain, oh, wind blowing free, wondering about the days that used to be. High on the mountain, oh, standing all alone, wondering where the years of my life has flown. I got it. Play it again. Oh, I wonder if you ever think of me, or has time blotted out your memory? As I listen to the breeze flow gently through the trees, I'll always cherish what you meant to me. Last chorus. High on the mountain, oh, wind blowing free, wondering about the days that used to be. Oh, I wonder if you ever think of me. Okay, thanks for bearing with me there. I think that ending, I'm not sure if that's the way Dell ended it or the way Belle ended it, but I'm pretty sure that's the way Hot Rise ended it, with that little refrain of I wonder if you ever think of me. So anyway, a song of lost love and mourning, way up on the mountain and thinking about this. And Dell says, wondering where the years of my life has flown. So I did that as a little tribute to Dell. Of course, it's not grammatically correct, but sometimes bluegrass is not that way. All right. And that's at the very top of my range as a lead singer. I sing tenor up there on the high G note. And for some reason, it's easier to do that when you're leaning on another vocalist than if you're just out there on your own. But anyway, that was a fun adventure for me. Thank you, Ava, for requesting that song. And now we've got another one that was requested. I love it when people send in the requests. Thank you so much. It helps keep the set list fresh. It keeps me on my toes, and it helps us get into some things that I might not have thought of. And Red Wing is one that I've done, but it's been a while, so I appreciate the request for Red Wing. Let's get into it. And we're going to play this as an instrumental. Mid-tempo version. This can go pretty fast, of course, but here we're in the mid-tempo jam. So I'm running through the changes. In the key of G, 1 and a 1, 4 and a 1, 5 and 5 and 1 and 1 and 2, dominant to the 5, 1 and a 1 and 1, 4 and 1, 5 and 1 and a 5 and a 1, 4 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1 and a 4 and 4 and a 1 and a 5 and back to 1. So the ice cream truck is not coming. This is a standard melody. If you've never played this tune, you've heard the melody either in the ice cream trucks or in film or adapted to other songs like union songs and stuff, would use this melody. No, you can't. How's it go? No, you can't. No, you can't fool me. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. Right? Things like that. Anyhow, let's play it 3 times through. I'm going to kick it off. Me, you, me, you, me, you. And that one mystery chord in there, I said 2 dominant. And most of you know my language by now. That just means it's the 2 chord altered to a dominant 7th. So it's an A7. And that just happens in the A part. Okay, here we go. Good old Red Wing. I'm going to kick it off. Me, you, me, you, me, you. And why don't you go ahead and tag it at the end? Throw in a tag there. Here we go. Red Wing in G. So you can tell that that melody is a song that's been adapted, you know, to an instrumental. And it's that type of melody that I really enjoy working with, because you can play the simple version like I sort of played mostly the first time through, and then you can do the doubled up kind of fiddly version of it. So these are great songs to work for what I call speed training, and most of you already know this. But anyway, there's Red Wing. For me, that's a tricky one to get away from the melody because it's such a strong melody and so well known that I'm usually just trying to adapt the melody to cool ways and not do a whole lot of deviation from it. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Is it time for a check-in? Let's see how everyone's doing. Hi, Colin Burns. Okay, caught again with this. Oh, time changes, yes. Did our time change? I'm sorry. I slept in this Sunday. I don't know if our time, I guess our time did change. No, it didn't. Our time doesn't change until, when does our time change? Calendar. This is a very non sequitur here, but yeah, the time doesn't change for us until November 5th, right. Okay, so next Sunday here in most of the US, we fall back an hour, and Arizona will stay the same. All right, where are we? Colin, okay, hi Colin, up late in the UK. Hello David in New Mexico, checking in on the mid-tempo. A couple of my regulars. Hello Terry, almost mid-tempo. You'll get there, Terry, keep on picking. And hello Chris Henry. How many notes is it on that? I've heard Sam Bush do this. Quite a bit. There's a lick, 2 notes. All right. John Keegan from Mainville, Ohio, and Julie Rue. Yes, thank you for cluing me in there next Sunday. Christopher Henry, he's my good bluegrass friend and a genius of a musician, I have to say, and is all about playing that melody, though he knows how to deviate from it. Okay, over here in YouTube land, hello Sandy. Yeah, well, I'm impressed that you're always at the top of the list. All right, welcome back, Sandy. Mountain Jewels, do I take requests? Yes, of course, but just send it to me in a message. Oh, I already told you that earlier. Greg Sanders, listening in, recovering from rotator cuff tear. Oh, man. Well, quick healing to you there, Greg. That's got to be tough, being away from your instrument. Indeed, Gordon Lightfoot was a real legend. Tyler Van Valkenburg, wish you could make it tonight. Okay, you must be busy. Well, you'll come on back for the Fast Jam, or you'll come back after the fact, I'm sure. Hello, Carl Malley, coming back from the Slow Jam. Scott Watson from Orange County. Good to be on the live jam again. Right on. And hello, Ava. There's a bunch of numbers there. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm looking at your handle, 10421. Thanks for being here, and thanks for cluing me in. SCVB, Scott C. from Flagler Beach. Still picking. Right on. Thanks, everybody, for chiming in. And nice to stay connected with everybody. Here we go, Little Annie. This is actually, I've realized, I usually associate this song with springtime, but it's actually a fall, winter kind of song. The guy, the singer is going away and says he, she, they will be back in the springtime. So here we go, Little Annie in the key of C. And I'm usually right around this tempo on this song. Let's see how this feels. Okay, great. This song goes 1 and 1 and 4 and a 1 and 1 and a 5 and 1 and 1 and 4 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. Chorus. 5 and 5 and 1 and a 1 and 1 and a 5. And a 1 and a 1, 4 and a 4, and a 5 and a 5 and a 1. Okay? And my kickoff goes 1, 2, 3. that's what we'll do on the kickoff. You'll just play the verse. But then on the breaks, let's do this. Let's use the chorus and the breaks as well, but we'll pass it back and forth. So first break, you're going to kick it off, right, on a verse, and then we'll sing a verse chorus. Then on the first break, I will play the verse part and then pass it on to you to the 5 chord to play over the chorus changes, okay? Next time around, same deal, but you're going to start on the verse and pass it on to me for the chorus. Okay, here we go. Little Annie in the key of C. You're going to kick it off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Once more, little Annie, I must leave you. We shall part at the end of the lane. But promise me, little Annie, you'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. When the springtime comes on the mountain and the wildflowers scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. All right. Take it. When the sun shines down on the mountain and the wild sheep are wandering all alone, and the birds and the bees are a-humming, makes me think springtime won't be very long. When the springtime comes on the mountain and the wildflowers scattered over the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. Play. I've got the 5 chord. Almost made it. Last verse. Now the springtime is here, little Annie. I am on my way back to the lane where you promised me, little Annie, you'd be waiting when the springtime comes again. Last chorus. When the springtime comes on the mountain and the wildflowers scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. Gotta work on that one. Anyhow, good times, little Annie. My heart was warmed hearing Molly Tuttle sing her song about Grass Valley And she mentions little Annie in it. The chorus goes, standing around jamming to the sound of little Annie, baptized in the campgrounds of Grass Valley. Love that. That's a big song out in California because Vern Williams did a version of it. But it comes from the Carter family, and my version is kind of based on the Lilly Brothers. So those who are used to Vern's version would struggle singing tenor to my version. But a couple tries together and I bet we'd get it right. Okay, Denver Belle. Hey, I don't know if we've ever even done this tune on the jam, but I like it. And I was trying to think of a good C number to fit at this spot in the set list. So here we go, Denver Belle. I learned this from Kenny Baker. And okay, this is a good tempo. Yeah, and I think it's an old tune. I don't think Kenny composed it. But anyhow, I'm in Denver. Hey, why not play Denver Belle? So it goes. In the key of C. Modulates the G on the B part and goes 5 back to G. So you're hanging on G, 5 with the G, back to the G. Here's the G, here's the G, 5 back to 1, then back to the A part. Sound like a square dance caller. Anyhow, so it's kind of the perpetual motion thing because the B part goes right back into another A part. But what we'll do is we'll play this, why not 4 times through, give us a little bit of room to stretch out on it. So we'll go me, you, me, you, me, you, me, you. And then I'm going to take the last A part after your last break to end it. And it ends after the A part goes twice through, it just ends with a little 5-1. That's a typical Kenny Baker thing. All right, so here we go. 4 times through on Denver Belle. I'm going to kick us off. Okay, that's how it's done. Kind of quick for that tune, I guess, but we're in the mid-tempo jam, and this is in the mid-tempo zone. We're at 106. So I'll bet you if we came back after the fast jam and played that, it would feel slow, or at least mid-tempo. Okay, very cool. I'm going to look at the chat just to see if Chris Henry said anything else. No. Okay. Very cool. Denver Belle. Love that tune. Something about the way Kenny Baker lays out melodies on the violin. Every time I try to transcribe something note for note, it lays out wonderfully on guitar. I don't know why that is. I think his arrangements are just very sensible and translate to other instruments well. No McKelvey could tell you that, right? Okay. Moving right along. Why you been gone so long? Hey, another one that shows up rarely on the jam. And we're going to do this in the key of E, written by Mickey Newberry, I believe, and originally kind of brought to the bluegrass world by Clarence White and the new Kentucky Colonels era, right? Live in Sweden. Great, great live recording. I'm so glad that they captured that and Roland released it. And then, of course, many of us know the version that Tony Rice recorded. And my version is kind of probably closest to that one. And I'm even going to throw in a couple of those extra chords that Tony does. So, straight up 1-4-1-5 number throughout. But Tony throws in a couple little flat 7 chords in cool places. So anyway, in the key of E, and a 1 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1 and a 5, 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 1 and 5 and a 1. Here's the chorus. 1 and 1 and a 4 flat 7 1. Be a little quick, but anyway, that little flat 7 chord, I guess we'll just do it during that first line of the chorus. Let's find a tempo. Too fast. This is like a rollicking, bouncy kind of number. Let's see. Run to my window. All I do is ring my... I'm backing down even more. It's like a hold what you got kind of thing. It's actually a very similar song to Hold What You Got. But here we go. The kickoff, you know, this is one that it's good to deviate from the melody because the melody is just basically like one, you know, just kind of one note. Or a couple notes. Very simple melody, but this one you can get really bluesy. But let me think about how I might kick this off. Maybe something like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That was horrible. Here's how I might kick it off. 1, 2, 3. That was a little bit better. Anyway, like I said, you can feel free to totally deviate from the melody. Tony goes like... Just kind of gets right into some bluesy stuff. So whatever you're feeling on this one, go for it and kick us off here. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long in the key of E. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Every time it rains, Lord, I run to my window. All I do is just wring my hands and moan. Listen to the thunder, Lord, can't you hear the lonesome wind blow? Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? You've been gone so long now. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Scratching at my door, Lord, Lord, I can hear that lonesome wind moan. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? I got it. Somebody said they saw you rolling down in Reno with a big old man from San Antonio. They tell me I'm a fool to cry for you, but what do they know? Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? You've been gone so long now. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Scratching at my door, Lord, Lord, I can hear that lonesome wind moan. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Play. Nothing I want to do, Lord, so I guess I could get stoned and let the past paint pictures in my head. Kill a fifth of Thunderbird and try to write a sad, sad song. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? You've been gone so long now. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Scratching at my door, Lord, Lord, I can hear that lonesome wind moan. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Even you. You've been gone so long now. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Both scratching at my door, Lord, Lord, I can hear that lonesome wind moan. Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Tell me, baby, now why you been gone so long? Okay. Fun. Rollicking little number. Thunderbird. I've heard about this Thunderbird. I think it was like a cheap wine back in the day, right? Anyhow, a couple more songs here. This was a request from Greg Dvorsky. Greg, I hope you're here. Are you here? If so, say howdy. This was your request. Greg is my lefty friend up in beautiful, I can't think of the name of the town, up in Alberta, Canmore, Alberta, a beautiful, beautiful part of the Canadian Rockies. Greg is a mountain guide. He guides people on rock climbing expeditions and backcountry skiing and things like that. And here we go, Big Spike Hammer. Masculine number, which is hilarious that Della Mae named their band from the chorus of this song. It's part of the irony, right? Anyhow, the verses, the first verse is a little different than the others, and if you listen to the Osborne Brothers, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to show you the song first, and then we'll address the first verse. It goes in the key of B, 1 and 1 and a 1 and a 6 minor, 4, 4 back to the 6 minor, and a 1 and 1, 1, 6 minor, 4, 4 and 6 minor, then do the 5, then chorus is all one chord. So the thing about the first verse is it goes to the 6th chord quicker. Can you hear the ripple of my big spike hammer? And I don't know if that's just the way the Osborne Brothers recorded it, the way they were feeling it that day. I'm not sure. But all the rest of them go da 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 da. So that's how we'll kick it off. So that's how the kickoff and the breaks will go. And then at the very end, we go to this 6 minor. Big spike hammer, big spike hammer. So that's the ending. And I'm not sure if there's a particular timing of that or not, but you're just going to follow me for tonight. Okay, so let's get going on Big Spike Hammer. And let's find a good tempo. How about there? Can't you hear the ripple of my big spike hammer? Okay, kick us off on Big Spike Hammer in the key of B. Here you go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Can't you hear the ripple of my big spike hammer? spike hammer, big spike hammer. There we go. Goofy song. I don't know it well because I don't really do that song very much. But thanks for the request, Greg. All right, last song on the set here. This is a song which I love called When My Blue Moon Turns to Gold Again. And I'll send this one out to Marissa if you're listening. And we have a waning, hey, sorry, I shouldn't give it away. Celestial happenings. What's the phase of the moon right now? That's right, it's a waning gibbous. A couple days past full. And here we go. When my blue moon turns to gold again. In the key of B. 1 and 1 and a 5. 5 and 5 and a 1. 1 and 1 and a 5. And a 4 and a 5 and a 1. That would be a sample kickoff. Okay, here we go. When my blue moon turns to gold again. And this will be the last song of the mid-tempo, and then we'll have about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes to get warmed up and adjusted to the fast tempos for the fast jam, which will kind of pick up where this left off. So come on back at 1/4 the hour. Turn to gold again, and the rain turn clouds blue. Okay, kick us off here in the key of B. When my blue moon turns to gold again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Memories that make my heart grow cold, but someday they'll live again, sweetheart, and my blue moon again will turn to gold. When my blue moon turns to gold again, and the rainbow turns the clouds away. When my blue moon turns to gold again, you'll be back within my arms to stay. Your kisses were made for only me. In my dreams they'll live again, sweetheart, but my golden moon is just a memory. When my blue moon turns to gold again, when the rainbow turns the clouds away. When my blue moon turns to gold again, you'll be back within my arms to stay. Okay. Thanks, everybody. All right, this tone slab pick, I didn't mention that this set, this one I'm playing on, this new tone slab. Very much enjoying it. A little different than the blue chip. Getting used to it, but having a good time with it tonight. All right, and then in other events, let's see. Not a whole lot coming up. My next public appearance would be November 11th in San Diego County at the Poway Train Song Festival. Hey, doing all the train songs that I know. And then we got lots of shows coming up at the end of November and early December. Picking on the Dead at the Aggie Theater in Fort Collins, and Cervantes in Denver, 10 Mile Music Hall in Frisco, the Lariat in Buena Vista. And then I'll also be at Cervantes December 2nd with Billy Failing Band supporting the Broke Mountain Bluegrass 25th Anniversary Show, December 2nd. So check it all out at tylergrant.com and sign up for the Artist Works Flat Picking Academy. All you guitarists, if you haven't yet, you can work with me directly on there. And as always, I appreciate the donations, those of you who can afford it. And just keep on playing and don't be strangers. And I'll see you in 20 minutes for the Fast Jam. Okay, come on back.